I was married for 14 years. 14 years of building a home. 14 years of raising a child who was not mine. 14 years of loving a man who, in the end, chose a lie over my truth. His name does not matter. His daughter's name does not matter. What matters is what happened when I stopped defending myself. When I stopped begging to be believed. When I packed my bags and let the silence speak for me. Let me start at the beginning. The day I became a stepmother. I was 32 when I met him. He was 40. Divorced. A daughter who was 7 years old and hated every woman who looked at her father. I did not blame her. Her mother had left. Her father was all she had. I was an intruder. Threat. A stranger in her house. I tried everything. I took her to the park. I helped with homework. I stayed up late making birthday cakes that she refused to eat. I thought if I tried hard enough, she would eventually see that I was not trying to replace her mother. I was just trying to love her father. And her. She never saw it. By the time she was 10, the small cruelties had become routine. She would hide my keys. Delete my contacts from her father's phone. Tell him I yelled at her when I had not said a word. He always believed her. Every single time. I would sit in our bedroom while he lectured me about being more patient, more understanding, more gentle. I would nod and apologize and promise to do better. And I meant it. I really meant it. 'Cause I loved him. And I believed that if I just tried hard enough, I could earn his trust. Could not. You cannot earn something that was never offered. When she was 13, the lies got bigger. She told her father I had pushed her. That I called her mother horrible names. That I had stolen money from her savings jar. None of it was true. But he did not ask for proof. He did not ask for my side. He just looked at me with cold eyes and said, "You need to leave for a few days. She needs space." Left. I stayed in a hotel. I cried into a pillow so no one could hear me. And then I came back. Like a dog returning to a master who had kicked her. Because I told myself she was just a child. Children lie. Children make mistakes. She would grow out of it. She did not grow out of it. She got better at it. By the time she was 16, I had stopped defending myself. Not because I was guilty. Because I was exhausted. Every argument was the same. She would lie. He would believe her. I would deny. He would sigh. I would cry. He would leave. The cycle never broke. Just got quieter. I stopped telling him when she was rude to me. Stopped mentioning the snide comments, the eye rolls, the way she would physically turn her back when I walked into a room. I swallowed every wound and smiled through every dinner. I became a ghost in my own home. And he did not notice. Or maybe he did not want to notice. Because noticing would mean he had to choose. And he had already chosen. Years ago. He just had not told me yet. The night it ended was not dramatic. There was no screaming. No throwing of plates. No dramatic exit. She came home from a party. She was drunk. 16 years old, stumbling through the door at 1 a.m, smelling like cheap vodka and regret. I was waiting in the kitchen. I had been waiting since 11, when she stopped answering my texts. I helped her to the bathroom. Held her hair back while she got sick. Got her into bed. Wiped her face with a cold cloth. I did what any parent would do. Even though she was not mine. Even though she had never once called me mom. The next morning, she told her father that I had pushed her down the stairs. That I had grabbed her by the hair. That I had called her a worthless brat and told her I wished she had never been born. None of it happened. Every word was a lie. But when he came to me, his face red, his fists clenched, I did not defend myself. I just looked at him. I waited for him to ask for my side. To ask for the truth. He did not. He said, "Get out. I do not want to see your face when I come home tonight." I said, "You are choosing her over me." Again. He said, "She is my daughter. You are just someone I married." Just someone he married. 14 years. 2 houses. 3 dogs. Countless dinners. Endless tears. And I was just someone he married. I did not cry. I walked to the bedroom. Packed a suitcase. Low. Passport. A photo of us from our honeymoon. That was it. Everything else stayed. The jewelry he gave me. The cookbooks I had written notes in. The blanket my grandmother had knitted for our wedding. I left it all. Because none of it mattered. None of it had ever mattered. I moved into a small apartment. 1 bedroom. No dining table. A kitchen so small I could touch both walls if I stretched out my arms. It was mine. No lies. No accusations. No stepdaughter who hated me for breathing. The first week was hard. The second week was harder. By the third week I stopped crying. I started thinking. Called a lawyer. Not because I wanted revenge. Because I wanted to understand my rights. 14 years of marriage. I had given up my career to raise his child. I had cooked, cleaned, managed, sacrificed. The law said I was entitled to something. The law said a lot of things. But the law could not give me back my time. The divorce was messy. He fought everything. Claimed I was unstable. Claimed I had anger issues. Claimed I was a danger to his daughter. His daughter. Not ours. Never ours. I sat in that courtroom and listened to him paint me as a monster. His lawyer asked me questions designed to make me cry. Why did I push her? Why did I call her names? Why did I hate a child so much? I answered every question the same way. That did not happen. I have never laid a hand on that girl. I have only ever tried to love her. They did not believe me. He did not believe me. The judge did not believe me. I lost. Not everything. But enough. Got half the savings. None of the house. None of the dogs. None of the photos. He kept our life. Kept my silence. I moved away. A new city. New job. A new apartment where no one knew my name or my story. I stopped talking about the marriage. Stopped talking about the girl. Stopped talking about the man who threw me away like garbage. I healed. Slowly. Quietly. In a way no one saw. And then 2 years later my phone rang. It was him. I almost did not answer. But something made me pick up. Curiosity. Or maybe hope. I am not sure which is more dangerous. He was crying. I had never heard him cry. Not at our wedding. Not when his mother died. Not when he told me to leave. He said, she told me the truth. All of it. Every lie. She confessed. I said nothing. He said, she was at a party. She got drunk again. She told her friends what she did to you. How she made it all up. How she wanted you gone so she could have her father to herself. One of her friends recorded it. Sent it to me. I still said nothing. He said, the stairs. Names. The money. None of it happened. I know that now. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Waited. Because I knew what was coming next. He said, please come home. Cannot do this without you. The house is empty. The dogs miss you. I miss you. Closed my eyes. I thought about the 14 years. The lies. The cold dinners. The bedroom where I cried alone while he slept next to me, believing I was a monster. Then I thought about the apartment I had built. The peace I had found. The woman I had become when no one was watching. I said, you believed her for 14 years. You never once asked for my side. You threw me out like trash. And now you want me to come back because you finally have proof that I was telling the truth. He said, yes, I was wrong. I am begging you. I said, I spent 2 years learning how to live without you. It was the hardest thing I have ever done. Harder than the marriage. Harder than the divorce. Harder than losing everything I thought I loved. But I did it. I survived. He was sobbing now. Ugly sobs. The kind that come from a man who realizes too late what he has destroyed. I said, I forgive you. Not because you deserve it. 'Cause I deserve peace. But I am not coming home. That house stopped being my home the night you chose her lies over my truth. He begged. He pleaded. He promised to change. He said he would go to therapy. He said he would sell the house. He said he would do anything. I believed that he meant it. In that moment I believed he was truly sorry. But sorry does not fix 14 years of silence. Sorry does not erase the look on his face when he told me I was just someone he married. I said, I hope you and your daughter find a way to heal. I hope she gets the help she needs. And I hope you learn to listen before you destroy someone else. Then I hung up. I sat on my couch, in my small apartment, in my new city, and I waited for the sadness to come. The regret, the second-guessing, did not come. All I felt was relief. Because I had finally chosen myself. Not him. Not her. Not the marriage. Me. I do not know if he is okay. I do not check his social media. I do not ask mutual friends. I have closed that door and locked it and thrown away the key. But sometimes late at night I think about the girl. Not the teenager who destroyed my marriage. The 7-year-old who lost her mother and did not know how to let anyone else in. I do not hate her. I never did. I hated the way her father let her run our lives. I hated the way he chose her fear over my love. But her. She was just a child who did not know how to be loved. I hope she is healing. I hope she is learning. I hope one day she understands that I was never the enemy. But I will not be there to see it. That chapter is closed. And I am finally writing a new one.